So hi, Anmol Samsuhang here and welcome back to ARS Biologicals, and our today's topic is basic things needed for microscopy. So in this video we are going to discuss about various types of things which are necessary or which are needed for microscopy. So without microscopy is not possible. So you need a compound microscope just like this, which I use. So I use a G Lab microscope, which I've ordered it from Amazon. You can get it on Flipkart also. There are different kinds of compound microscope, and there are some binocular microscope also you can try. But I use compound microscope, also known as student microscope. So this is very good quality microscope. I just love my microscope. So let me keep it here. Okay, and the second thing are just the slides. So you are really going to need this kind of slide. So this is the microscope slide, and the second thing which you're going to need is a cover slip. It is also like a slide, but it is small in size and it is very fragile, so please be careful with it. And here I have some two prepared slides. So one is of monocot root and another one is of monocot stem, which I've got from this microscope, with this microscope only. So let's keep this aside. So next thing is a magnifying glass, just like this. So as you all can see, wait a minute, yes, you all can see my eyes, right? It is quite funny. You can use the lens viewing the things which are little bit hard to see with your naked eyes, which include small insects, some mineral particles, maybe some solid kind of materials also. Or I also use this kind of microscope, this kind of lens, and it has a chain also, so I can put it on my neck and view the specimen just like this, holding in my hand. Okay, so let's keep it aside. And I also use surgical gloves. So this has only one time use, so you should keep a pack. I also keep a pack of this surgical gloves. And the next thing is some collection bottles or some collection tubes like this. So they are very handy in the field of microscopy. So this kind of containers I usually use for collecting some samples from lake sides, forest sides. So the places where microscopy materials are in high or are present, I collect those things in these bottles. This one is for solid materials, and this two for liquid, this two also for liquid, and this for slimy things, this too for slimy things, just like slimes or algae growing in patches. So I also use this kind of jug to collect water samples from lakes or some stagnant water bodies. This kind of also, this collection tube is also left bottle, sorry. And I also use pipettes, and I have two pipettes in my hand, so it is very easy to collect water samples from this pipettes. As the water, if the water is present here and I press this part of the pipette just like this, the air will suck the water into it. And there are some measuring units also. The total unit is 3 milliliter. This pipette collects 3 milliliters of water. And I also use some syringe just like this to collect the water samples only. I also use some bigger kinds of syringe just like this to collect the water samples only. I have also these two syringes. Syringes are very good and very useful, and I also keep some brushes with me so I can brush up some dusty particles like dust only, some pollen grains also. So that kind of things are collected with this brushes. I also carry a spoon to take some materials, and I also carry a scissors and two forceps. I usually carry two forceps with me. One is the bigger one and one is the smaller one. So the things which can't be touched by our hands are can be touched with this forceps. So I use or carry this forceps to just collect some materials, solid materials. And I also sometimes carry my dissecting kit with me. So I have some forceps, scissors, tweezers, etc. So these are the things which I keep in my house. Some beakers, they are very handy and very easy to use. So I usually use this two plastic beakers and this glass beaker for taking water samples, taking a liquidy particle substance. I also use this kind of test tubes. I have total 6 test tubes with me. So in that video of how saliva looks under the microscope, I have just taken my saliva into the test tube, if you have watched. So the next thing is some plastic bags just like this. So when you go to forest sites, there are some decaying leaves, decaying wood particles, some moss, lichens, so you can easily collect them in this kind of plastic bags. And you should always keep distilled water with you. So when rehydrating the specimen, you're going to need some distilled water which is free of microorganisms. And the other thing which I keep is some lens cleaning cloth with me, and I also have some eyepieces with me of the microscope and mirror of the microscope. I have two light source with me. One is LED light, another one is a mirror to put under the microscope just like this. So and where the light is present, I just pull this mirror and the lights gets into the specimen and I can see it clearly. So friends, this was all about basic things needed for microscopy. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe it for more videos, and also hit the notification bell for don't missing my updates. So this much for today. See you in my next video. Bye bye.